Next up is Hivetrader.
Good morning. I've got a question for you. Show of hands, if you will. Who in this room has some form of an investment account or plans to have one soon? Okay, so now who in this room is really confident in their financial future as they direct their own investments? A couple people. A couple people, right? Well, don't worry. We've got a solution for you. It's called Hivetrader. Hivetrader is a simple way to track, compare, and optimize your investment plans for free. At Hivetrader, we aggregate all of your investment plans into a single beautiful interface. We compare your performance to others in your social graph, and we help expose you to investing ideas that are really working for other people and can work for you too, all for free at hivetrader.com. This is my sister Kylie's account at Hivetrader. Kylie's 30. She's got a great job as an actuary, and she's done a good job saving money. She works at Assurant, where they have a 401k, but the 401k is a mess. There's so many choices. I mean, you guys know if you have a 401k, who knows what to do with it? And she doesn't either. So this creates this problem with investing that we all feel about. It's kind of closed and intimidating, but we want it to be open and simple. And that's what Hivetrader does. Hivetrader has all the tools that you need to manage your investments effectively. We have detailed performance reporting. We have portfolio views that allow you to see at a high level what you're holding in different accounts and then drill down into those accounts and see details. And we have real-time market views of your holdings updated throughout the day with real-time pricing feeds. And we cover all the markets that you need: savings accounts, 401ks, IRAs, college savings plans, and even self-directed trading accounts for stocks, options, and Forex. But Hivetrader is more than just a collection of fancy-looking screens and pretty graphs. We've done something we think is really special. We've made investing social. So at Hivetrader, you can come in and enjoy this social context like none other place on the planet. And here's an example of it. This is the Hivetrader comparison page. At Hivetrader, anybody can follow anybody. It's asynchronous like Twitter. So you can follow top investors on our site. You can follow your friends, your family. You can follow coworkers, and you could even follow launch conference judges if you wanted to. Once you follow somebody, you have access to their high-level performance details with complete transparency. Hivetrader shows you their overall annual return and compares your performance to theirs. So think about that for a second. Now you're able to see what's really working for people, what's really working. And you can take those ideas and pull them into your own investment account anytime you want. So in Kylie's case, she's able to follow all of her coworkers at Assurant. She can see what they're doing with their 401k so she can make sense of it. And then she can make some changes to her own situation to help optimize her plan. She's followed a guy named Bob. Bob is really killing it. He's doing really great. Because she's looking at this detail, she can see his overall performance history. She can see his holdings. She can see what type of an investor it is. And we even suggest a few people for her to follow based on who Bob's following. But look at Bob's return. It's 3 times the size of Kylie's. And the reason is Bob's made better choices in his allocation of that 401k than Kylie has. But she didn't know that. You know, now, before Hivetrader, nobody had that insight. But we can give that insight. And now Kylie has real concrete ideas about what really works, and she can bring those ideas into her own portfolio and craft a better performance for herself. We think we have a ton of those kinds of tools that are injecting social media into investing. One that we have coming soon is called Hivetrader Advisor. We know all the people that Kylie's following and how they're doing, but more importantly, we know why they're doing well. We can show her all of the excellent investment choices that people in her social network have made, and we can present those to her as options from which she can build her own balanced portfolio. So it's that simple. But if she wants to take another step, she can fill a detailed questionnaire to create an investor profile that tells us about her lifestyle, her goals, her income, her appetite for risk. So we get all this information from Kylie, and then we can create a detailed, filtered list of investments that matches exactly her investment preferences. So, and then she doesn't have to worry about it. From that point forward, Hivetrader will monitor her investments. We'll take a look if something in her life changes or if the market conditions change as they did a couple of years ago, we can suggest new ways based on her input to recast her portfolio. So that's Hivetrader. We have an automated, mass customized investment planning tool for free. We think we're democratizing investing through our simple social web app. We're taking it live today here at the conference. We'd love for all of you to get going and jump in and start taking control of your financial futures today. Thank you.
Okay, well done. Can I also request a wireless microphone in case the grand jury or press have questions? Guys, what did you think of Hivetrader? Questions?
So how do you get stuff in and out?
Yodlee is the back end, so it's, anybody's familiar with that?
Yep.
I guess a couple things. I think obviously Mint was very successful because of its product design, and I think there's an aspect of that it made you feel comfortable uploading your accounts or sharing your account information. I think that's something you're gonna have to keep in mind, people adding this. And from a design standpoint, I love like the bright colors and kind of the fun aspect. But the first thing I see like on your logo is kind of like the bug in the cave. And there's a little bit of that is if I'm uploading my financial stuff, there's an aspect of like, is this safe?
Right.
And I think that's one thing that Mint has always done a really good job of is projecting that this is as safe or as reliable or as secure as your bank account, as Fidelity, as whoever your accounts are with. And I think that's one thing you're really going to want to pay attention to, of being like a reliable front end for those folks.
It's a big point of emphasis, and we are trying to have fun and we're really trying to make investing simple. We don't want to be this big, scary, complicated. We don't put all these ratios on the screen for you. It's really just what you need to have. And so the fun of the UI is part of that.
And I like fun UI, and I think simplicity is going to be the key to make sure that it's get it.
Yeah.
So I mean, a lot of systems, Mint being one, might give you good feedback on your portfolio allocation, but it might not automate trades or actually change your portfolio itself. Are you guys actually going to be changing people's portfolio if they say, I want my portfolio to match Matt's, and then it's going to dynamically trade and allocate based on that one click?
Yeah, that's in our future. I had an automated trading platform for foreign exchange previously, so the automated trading is part of what we're planning for the future.
Great question. Go ahead.
Can I just add one other thing? Which is that what Mike just asked, I think that, I feel like I've seen this. I don't want to be super negative, but I feel like I've seen this a bunch of times. And so one of the things I would be doing, to me, you need a super simple killer app that, like Mint had, where it was easy, upload, they obviously use Yodlee also, and you could immediately start tracking your assets daily, right? And I could get a text or I could get an email. So the thing to me is in my opinion, hey, what can you get that really blows people away? Here's just one example, is that because when you look at someone's recent performance, and this is the issue that you have for the first 4 or 5 years, people should not be making trades based on last week my grandmother or Jason was good at getting a return. Real investing is about historical trends and fitting into that in different pieces. So one of the things, maybe could you get on, sort of pull a little bit of a Quora and pull in some incredible investors, right? And go to those guys and get them to upload their stuff, so that people can get a sense of both a history and a guy that's legit. Yeah, and that was kind of our original idea, and then to get expert investors that people could follow in a trading context, but we broadened it, and there's still a big part of what we plan. It's good feedback, though.
Dave Goldberg, you had something to add?
No, I was going to make the same point Matt did. I think it's interesting. I think it's the notion of past performance is not indicative of future returns. Just because Bob and he's done better than you doesn't mean, he may have been taking more risk. I mean, part of the reason for a lot of those ratios is, on a risk-adjusted basis. Right. And so you start to explain that to people, you start to get it more complicated. I mean, that's sort of the trade-off. Right.
But we are planning to score investors based on all of those different components about how they approach investing, and put people into relationships with people like them to avoid. So we don't want day traders, investing or sharing investing ideas with grandma. Right. So we're going to do something to make those matches happen.
Yeah, I think everybody's giving you the feedback that the trick is simplicity, sort of Mint-like. The hard part is this is a really complicated thing. It's not just pattern matching on spending. This is a really complicated, so the simplicity and the hard part is, you can nail that.
It's a huge opportunity if you can get it right. It's just, it's been very challenging to get it right.
Yeah. One of the things you could look at is take Morningstar, right, which has got an enormous amount of data, is that if you could come over the top with a incredibly slick interface, right, that allows you to get historical data and et cetera, that to me would be pretty interesting. Because a lot of the incumbent financial sites, to your earlier point, is that some are complicated, but more importantly, they're not fun is, I think, the wrong word to say. Safety is key.
Right.
Is that, but they're not intuitive, and they haven't been updated. A lot of these guys are like out to lunch in terms of how old they are.
Yeah.
A question from the grand jury, Shervin?
I've been looking for something like this for a long time, and I think there's been some companies that are experimenting. And again, I agree on the simplicity point. It is a huge opportunity, so I'm actually pretty excited about what you're doing. One idea I had, and I want to kind of gauge as an entrepreneur, your openness to these kinds of models, is the idea of having some of those star investors and outliers who have incredible portfolios, and also, as Matt talked about, can answer questions and so on, is looking at a freemium model where you unlock access to those investors for a subscription. So I could subscribe to X investor for $2.99 a month. So it's kind of similar to the newsletter subscriptions that have been launched recently. So I can get videos from them and Q&A access and access to their full portfolio. I think that could drive a lot of revenues for you guys.
That's a brilliant idea. Yeah.
Awesome. Let's hear it for Hivetrader.
Thanks. Thank you.